The priority and placement that has been given in this program.
For more than 5 hours, the leadership of the National Assembly took members of the COVID-19 Presidential Task Force up on the management of the pandemic. Senate President Ahmed Lawan sets the tone for the interface, expressing concern over the management of donations pouring in from the private sector to address the pandemic. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation paints a bleak picture of the country's health sector.
We hear donations made by various organizations, corporate bodies, and so on and so forth. But it is my candid opinion that there is no coordination. Whatever monies have been raised by the corporate bodies, the banks, NNPC, and maybe the IOCs, should be in one central account. Should be in one central account. Where PTF has requests, such requests, of course, will also pass through us. We look at the requests and the funds based on endorsement. The funds can be utilized.
I can tell you for sure, I never knew that our entire healthcare infrastructure was in the state in which it is until I was appointed to do this work.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives is curious about the hazard allowance for frontline medical personnel handling COVID-19 cases.
Are they being paid a hazard allowance for the job that they are doing?
I am not aware of it.
You're not aware?
It's a standard job they do every day.
It's a standard job?
Yes, a standard job.
I thought you said coronavirus was novel. How is it now a standard job that they're doing?
Because screening is what you do every day.
They don't screen for coronavirus every day. They've never done it. They've never done it. This is the most infectious disease in the world.
They're screening for temperature. That's what they're
doing.
So
the answer to my question is that they're not being paid a hazard allowance.
No, the answer you're right on
that you don't know
is that I am not aware.
But you should be aware. It's not enough to say that you don't know, quite honestly. You dropped the ball there.
Every aspect of the welfare of our doctors, our nurses, and people who will be in the points of contact with likely infected persons would all be covered in this comprehensive package that is being prepared.
The health minister goes on to give an overview of the isolation centers in the country.
We have layers of isolation centers, fitting for high-ranking government officials, for civil servants, for businessmen, for ordinary Nigerians. All layers are there. So, but nobody needs to fear for their comfort if they have to go into a 14-day isolation.
Going forward, the COVID-19 Presidential Task Force wants the National Assembly to develop a legislative framework to prepare for any future pandemic, as well as develop a plan to reform the country's healthcare system. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.